Okay. Hopefully we'll have a better week this week with the weather. Obviously, last few days have been pretty wet and miserable. Um, yeah, I escaped it on Saturday, but those that are doing men's B grade or women's A grade or men's A grade certainly copped it. I just happened to do C grade men's and women's B grade, so it worked out well for me. Um, Not too much happened. It's pretty quiet Saturday, actually, as far as things to follow up on and incidents. We had zero red cards, which is highly unusual, and didn't have any pullouts. So, yeah, it was a very, very quiet weekend. So, I got a couple of things to run past you. We did have a club contact us last week about a game that happened where there was an injury and obviously a delay to play because of that. Um, and the other team, their coaches and in-change players came onto the field. They almost had like a quarter time break while the injury. So I guess if that happened again, it doesn't happen all that often. If it's a relatively short break, the coaches in change shouldn't be coming on the field. So um, just not allow that to occur. Obviously, if it's an extended delay where ambulances coming, etc., it's not going to be such a big deal. But we don't really want that injury time being used as a quarter time break. So just thought I'd mention that again. It's not a big one, doesn't happen all that often, but it was worth pointing out. Um, it's getting to that stage of the year now where we can sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel. So, for those who've been umpiring with me for the last few years, you'd know that I've got a bit of a qualification for grand finals. It doesn't mean that if you're not in these categories, so we don't tick all these boxes, that you can't do a grand final. But essentially, the qualification, which is pretty similar to other years, is if you've attended at least 10 training sessions up until the end of July, have umpired at least one Division 4 or higher men's A grade game, and obviously umpired well during the minor and major round, and are members of the association. If you tick all those boxes, you can basically um, say that you're going to get a grand final. So there's all the women's grand finals plus men's grand finals. There's a lot of grand finals, unless it's absolutely exceptional cases. I don't think I've ever had to do this in my time. Have anyone do more than one grand final? The aim would be to everyone just do the one grand final. But yeah, if you've ticked all those boxes, you can kind of expect to get a grand final appointment. And if you haven't ticked those boxes, you may still get chosen, but you can't be guaranteed. Coaches don't automatically qualify, but I will use some coaches for different reasons. But yeah, I don't keep account of their training attendance or even where they umpire. Sometimes I need the coaches to fill in for umpires that pull out, or I just need a maybe experienced umpire with a less experienced umpire. There's different reasons. So yeah, that's the qualification. Um, if you're not yet an umpire association member, that would be something you need to fix up. And then, yeah, obviously the training has got a couple more to go before the end of July. If you think you haven't attended quite 10, it'd be worth attending training next couple of weeks. And it does look like we're going to have a dry one this Wednesday, which is good. And let's hope the lights stay on this time. Just for those interested, yeah, Adelaide Uni systems went down last Wednesday. So that was the reason. It wasn't actually anything specifically to do with the lights where it has been in the past where there's wiring issues. Yeah, unfortunate. Obviously, we just tried to work around that, but it should be a one-off that situation we found ourselves in last week. I'm gonna with the coaching notes just forward an email from Shane McMillan, who actually works for Adelaide Footy League, but he also works for the Adelaide Turf Cricket Association. We did this last year, and they picked up a couple of new cricket umpires for their league. They're keen to keep recruiting, so if anyone is interested in doing some cricket umpiring, there'll be some details in the email. But in contact Shane if you're keen to put your hand up or if you need more details. that'll be included in the email that goes out. Okay, we've got some milestones. We've got a field umpire doing his first men's Divi 1 this week. So Shane Moss will be having a run in the three umpire system. Shane's been a good umpire for many years. I guess with his kids' sporting commitments, haven't been able to come to training this year. He's been a regular training attender. He's been doing Div 2 and 3 and performing really well. And so he'll have a run this week in Div 1 for the first time. Also got the 50th game up for Maddie Ford on the boundary. That's Peter Angel's niece. And we've got 100 games up for Simon McMahon in the field, Jordan Russell Waldron in the field, and Scott McKenzie on the boundary. So well done to all the milestone umpires. Hope you have a good run this week. All right. Anyone want to bring up anything from the weekend at all that they want to discuss? Now's the time. Just unmute yourself if you want to ask anything at all from your game or an AdFL game or anything that's just crossed your mind. Now's the time. All right. We will get back into the coaching videos. I prepared them pre-season, and we were waiting. I was waiting for the guy that puts them together to get one to me this week, but he couldn't. So we'll get back into them next week. There's 3 to go for the season, and so you just make sure you check the coaching video next Monday before our Zoom. But for today, look, we were going to do it last week, and I sort of got sidetracked by a few other things. We did have a chat to Aiden, but I thought I'd just pick out some umpires that like find a little bit about their story. And so Mick Samet, you want to unmute yourself? I haven't pre-warned any of these umpires, but
Hey, howdy. How are you?
yeah, good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
All right. I'm probably going to learn a bit here too. I know a little bit about you, but tell us a bit about not so much umpiring to start with, your background, just what you do for a living, where you've come from, etc.
Yeah, so born in Broken Hill, and left fairly early, about 17, to join the Air Force. Spent about 8 years in the Air Force and then joined Telstra for the last 31 years.
Okay.
And travelled across every state in Australia except WA.
What's that? You've lived in every state?
Yeah, for Telstra basically, yeah, in the Air Force except WA.
Right. So did they move you around or you chose to, or?
Yeah, the Air Force, I went from Edinburgh, Wagga, Darwin and Melbourne, and then when I left I went to Hobart, and then part of work I moved generally from Hobart to Armidale, New South Wales, Benalla, Victoria, back to Launceston and now Adelaide since 2019. So,
and got a family?
Yeah, I've got 3 children, 30, 28 and 22. 2 live here and one's up in Brisbane.
Nice. Any grandkids yet?
No, none of those. I think they enjoy themselves too much at the moment.
Fair enough. So what got you into umpiring? How long have you been umpiring for?
Yeah, I started mostly when my kids were 7 or 8 in Benalla. I was heavily involved in junior footy and all things, there was no umpires. So I started umpiring in Benalla, then eventually took on the coordination of the umpires as well as umpiring. And then so when I went down to Tasmania, I just guess it was a continuation of that, where I started umpiring in the seniors and then ended up running the junior competition in Launceston as well. And I feel your pain because Sunday and kids and umpiring is really difficult. But I think you teach a lot, you learn a lot more as you go forward. And also, I think I've enjoyed more so the elements of, sometimes what you can't control, you just have to continue to learn. I think it helps your own umpiring as well.
Yeah. And so you were in Tassie last, is that right? Before you came
back?
Yeah,
Launceston, in TFA.
Okay. And what was that league like?
Yeah, look, it was to be totally honest, it wasn't run great. I think there was a number of challenges. One is they expected, 2-hour training 2 nights a week, which was really challenging as people got older. But had a consequence. If you didn't do it, you didn't get good footy matches, which was sort of didn't make any sense at the time. That was all pre-COVID. And the other challenge there was that most teams are 70 to 80k away from Launceston. So when you're umpiring, you're losing your whole day to do one game. And St Helens is about roughly a 5 hour return trip. So really challenging in that sense. And of course, the weather conditions, I've umpired in snow and -3, 4 in the morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. So really challenging in there. And again, a bit like the country leagues here, your top and bottom is 20 to 30 goals difference on a weekly basis. So it makes it hard to get involved as well.
Yeah. And a few of the umpires online and that were out there last Saturday were complaining about the cold and the wet, but I guess, yeah, you've got something to compare it to, and maybe it wasn't quite so bad.
Yeah, look, I think it's like anything else. I remember one game, it's just at half time. It was the last game of the minor round, and I went in half time and turned a hot shower on and just could not get warm at all. And it just after half time, the team that couldn't make the final said, "Hey, can we call it off?" And I said, "As long as the other coach is happy, I think it's the best day I enjoyed because it was just literally sleeting towards you at 40, 50 kilometres an hour, and it was horrendous." But yeah, it's one of the challenges, I guess.
Are you going to barrack for Tassie when they come in the AFL, or?
No, I'm a die-hard North Melbourne supporter through
Right.
thick and thin, so no point getting off now.
Did you start following them when you were living in Melbourne, or?
No, Broken Hill as a young kid. I
Right.
guess when I was 8 and 10, North Melbourne was pretty good, so I guess you start to follow teams in that area of 75, 76, 77 where they were good. So a lot of my friends are North Melbourne supporters.
Yeah.
Um, in that area, had a long time between drinks.
Yeah, a tough few years, but yeah, seem like they're on their way back. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the chat.
Yes.
Uh, Michael Tripodi, get you to unmute yourself, mate. I know there'll be quite a few on the line that won't know you because you can't get out training, but did you want to unmute yourself and can
How you
you
going, Cole?
yeah, good mate. Can
Yeah,
you
good.
show us your face? Are you
Oh no, I'm at work, so
ah
it's got no camera. But
all right, no worries. Well, we've got this picture of some bridge. Which bridge is that? That's the
looks like the Golden Gate Bridge. I've
yeah,
just got a
yeah, you're right.
background on,
You're
so I
right.
don't.
All
Yeah,
right.
so I don't show anything. But yeah,
It's
um,
probably a bit prettier than.
yeah,
So, mate, tell us about your background. Yeah, tell us a bit about yourself.
I work for a printing company called Multicolour Core. We generally make wine labels and anything that sticks on a bottle. Really, pretty big company, American-owned company. Been here for 5 years. So I was at Rebel Sport for 20 years before that. Yeah, so I'm a Sparky by trade, but didn't actually like doing it. So I got my A-class license, then went in another direction. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I played footy at Salisbury since I was 8 years old till 38. So 30 years at Salisbury. Played in a few grand finals there. Played over 300 games there. Then got involved with Pulteney once I retired. Because I don't live anywhere near Salisbury, I'm more the southern side of town, actually in the city, and so got involved with Pulteney and did their club umpiring for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so did their B grade because I was watching my brother play and I'd given it away and just thought, oh, I always wondered if I enjoy it, and I did. I enjoyed it straight away. Like the first game, just I ended up. I was doing B grade back then. You just had club umpires. And I remember I had to do one of the A grade umpires did a calf in about the first 2 minutes of the game. Ended up doing an A grade game back in the amateur league back in those days. So talking about 2010 or something.
Yeah, okay.
So I did an A grade game, and I can't remember who I did it with. I think it was a Gary or someone like that. But yeah, he said I did a really good job, and so yeah, just enjoyed it from there. And then I
I'm
went to
guessing,
coach.
I'm guessing it could be
Coach,
Gary Wool, maybe.
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
red-headed fella.
What was
Yeah,
that?
he was a red-headed fella. Nice guy. I can't remember it.
Yeah, there's a bit
Pretty
of a
sure it's
story with him. A few on the line would know a little bit about him, but
yeah,
yeah, he umpired for a long time.
yeah,
So yeah, you've umpired with us for a few years now, and
yeah,
you do a great job in the lower grades.
yeah.
You're a very passionate sports
Sports supporter.
follower. For anyone that
Yeah,
follows your
yeah.
Facebook account and would like to make a few comments along the way, so tell us about your sporting passions.
uh, well, footy first, definitely footy. I played for Salisbury, played a lot of A grade footy out there, and Played a few under-17 games for Port. Obviously, my pace was always an issue. Even back in the 80s, it wasn't fast enough for back then. So it's really slowed down now, mind you. But yeah, just love me footy. Cricket, used to love cricket, but I give that away at when I finished school because we used to go water skiing a lot. We had a ski boat and we used to go water skiing up in the river. But since taking cricket back up and actually umpire Adelaide Turf cricket now,
All right.
and I've done an A grade, A1 Turf grand final in turf cricket. So
Well,
that's
give it a plug, mate. We're going to send an email out. What would you tell
yeah.
them that are half
Mate,
interested in doing it?
if you love your cricket, it's fantastic, really, because it's a really good standard. We've got young Joel Giglio started doing it last year. I think he had enjoyed it. Frank was going to come out and do it, and then pulled the pin. He didn't come out, but yeah, we've got a couple that have come out that do footy. Grant Potter does the goal umpiring. He does cricket umpiring as well with us. A good bunch of guys.
Yeah. I reckon Dave Palmer, who's on the line, does
Dave
it.
Palmer's,
Yeah.
of course, Dave. I've umpired with Dave in cricket. He's a great fella. Yeah, it's great. It's if you've got nothing to do on a Saturday and you enjoy your cricket, I can't recommend it enough. It's all cash in the hand at the moment, so you get your 180 or 160 or whatever before you start the game every Saturday. This goes from 1 till 5.
Do you get paid if it gets rained out?
Depends. If we go the Oval, we get $60 if it's rained out.
Right.
If we start the game, then it's full tote odds, and we get washed out. So yep, that's fine.
Always keen to start the game then.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's like football is my first passion. I love footy. Just been around footy my whole life, and as long as I can remember, my old man used to play, and I used to follow him when he was playing. So yeah.
And you're a mad Port supporter?
Mad Port supporter. I was grew up being a Magpie supporter. I won't lie, I did jump on the Crows when they came into the AFL and was a Crows member.
Really?
But soon went back after. So I actually enjoyed 97, 98. I got a bit of a buzz out of those 2 years. I thought they were quite good. And then, slowly weaned back onto Port.
And you're back hating the Crows now?
Pardon?
You're back hating the Crows now?
I don't hate the Crows. I'm not that sort of supporter. I don't want them to beat us when we're playing, but I don't mind them beating Victorian teams, especially Victorian teams. I really enjoy when the Crows beat them. So as long as they're not as
most Port supporters would want the Crows to.
Nah, I'm not that far. I'm not that far.
And a bit about your family, mate. Tell us a bit about.
So I've got a 28-year-old son who lives in Gold Coast. He moved over there when his mum remarried, and so he's been over there since he was 10. He runs a Rebel Sport over there in the Pack Fair. So he's the manager of Pack Fair Rebel Sport, and I was at Rebel Sport here for 20 years. So that was how he got into there. He loves his footy and that, but doesn't play. I'm not married anymore, so hence why I can do umpiring on the weekend. I don't have any commitments anymore. Yeah. So, got a brother who owns a couple restaurants. He owns a Herringbone restaurant and the Track restaurant and the Crafers Pizza Bar. So he's pretty busy. He used to play footy with me at Salisbury and at Pulteney as well. Apart from that.
And Jordan is your...
Jordan's my cousin, yeah.
Okay, so Jordan is now umpiring with us.
Yeah.
And you must have talked him into it.
Yep, I got him out. He was playing footy at Pulteney. So I coached Pulteney C grade for 2 years. We made a grand final in those years and really enjoyed it. But Tuesday and Thursdays was still too much for me. Like input, I've been playing my whole life and just got over doing that sort of stuff, doing the Tuesday, Thursday. I love Saturday game day. So therefore, umpiring's perfect for me. Yeah. I love the 2.5 hours, 3 hours out there. I really look forward to it on a Saturday when I wake up, and it really gets the juices flowing. I get so excited about it, like putting the socks and shoes and everything. I still get that buzz from playing. It's such a good feeling. It just keeps you involved with the game, and I really enjoy it. And it's a way to give back. I was a really bad umpire abuser when I played the game. used to give the umpires a real hard time,
Nah.
very hard time. And I always, whenever people ask me about if I could change anything, that would be what I would change. I would not waste any time arguing with umpires. But I was terrible. But I always knew where the line was. I never give away 25s. Never got reported or stuff like that. But yeah, I used to give him a hard time, especially as a full forward. You expect every bloody free kick that's under the sun. So yeah,
Michael is one that I have to watch on social media because
yeah, I can get a bit.
he
Colin
has pulled
pulls
his
me
head
into
in,
line
but
every
he
now and
wasn't so good
again.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, you do pull me in a line every now and again. I get really passionate about it, but yeah, after umpiring for so many years, I can really appreciate how well it is sort of difficult. I don't find it that difficult. I just find you call it as you see it, but and I really enjoy it. So I think that makes it a little bit easier. Just looking forward to doing it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have a good
Great,
rapport with
mate.
the
Good chat.
players.
It would be good to
Yeah,
know see what you look like, but that's all right. We've had a Golden Gate Bridge there for a while, but yeah, thanks for the chat.
no worries.
I think I need to even up to have a female. And Ali, you're the only one that's a female online. So do you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hello.
Good. We get to see you. So have I had this chat with you before on one of these?
You did, I think, last year.
I
Yeah.
did. Sorry. Now
No.
let's do it again. There'll be those on the line that didn't see it. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, interestingly, I just want to dovetail off the last. It was at Mike when he said he's not one of those Port supporters. I'm the same, Colin. I also got a big buzz out of 97, 98 as a dyed-in-the-wool Magpies supporter from 6 years old. So I was at the 97 grand final. I remember back in the days where you had to book your tickets via Bass, and my mum, I was only a teenager, and my mum booked it, and she was so elated to get through on the phone that she started squealing, and it was like, oh my God. Um, but that was back in the days well before smartphones, etc. So anyway, yeah, still don't mind the Crows. As
But
long as Paul beats them.
as I was messaging Ali last week, Ali has this personality where she just loves everyone and she wants everyone to win, and she feels sorry for anyone that doesn't win. Or so there's hardly an ounce of hate in your body, except for when AFL umpires do frustrate you, that can tip you over the edge sometimes. But
Sometimes they do. 71 free kicks will do it, or was it 72? That wasn't a great day. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, it's a little bit about me. I've been umpiring about 5 years, I think. I did it because I wanted to put my money where my mouth is. I have loved footy since I was a little girl. I never got to play. I think I was that kind of generation where there wasn't a lot of AFL style football in schools. When I was growing up, I played a lot of tennis. I did running. I did a lot of swimming, netball, but not footy. But anyway, I used to just sit on the couch or go to the games. And my husband eventually said, "Jesus, why don't you just bloody become an umpire?" And yeah, I find it incredibly challenging. I still get nervous before every game. I recently clocked up 100, and I did that with Colin, which was awesome. So I still love it, but it is because I never played the game, I guess. Being one of the few female field, I do still, and little. I've got little hands. I do find it still very challenging, but I do. It's something for me. I feel like Saturday afternoon. It's something that I do for me, and I have enormous support in my household to do it. So I feel very lucky.
and it's become more than just you because you've had your son Will join you on the boundary. So how's that been for you?
It's been great. He's really enjoying it. I think he likes his injection of pocket money instead of getting $10 a week. Getting $80 a game is yeah. I think it blew his mind the first few weeks. So he's really enjoying it. He's and I think he's trying to improve as well. And so he did his first men's game a couple of weeks ago, which was great. He's been doing a lot of women with me, and he's also taken up Sandford Juniors. So he's doing field umpiring with. Well, he's only 12, so he's doing the under sevens and the under eights. And a few weeks ago, he was mentored by is it Barney?
Yeah, no, I know. Yep.
and he was amazing. He's one of the best humans, I think. And it was just so glorious watching my son have this amazing. I mean, I go out and I also try and help Will and give him some tips and tricks, but just having Barney there was just like, oh my God, so good. And Will's actually really getting into the field element of it. So yeah, I'm really enjoying watching him start to thrive.
Excellent. Well, you need to keep umpiring so that you can umpire with Will in the Adelaide Footy League as a field umpire in due course. Quickly, tell us a little bit about what you do for work.
I'm a communication specialist. I guess I work for ASC, which has built the Collins class subs and now maintains them. And obviously, ASC is the build partner to build their nuclear powered conventionally armed submarines. And from next year, we'll start sustaining the American and British subs in the West. So I'm a former journo. I think I can talk underwater with marbles in my mouth. It kind of runs in my family. My dad is a very good orator. My brother is a journo.
Oh, hey, you just cut out. You just got on mute. Something's happened. So,
Hear me now?
yeah. I don't know. You must have hit a button. So, Tom Wren's your brother, is, for those that don't know, the Channel 9 newsreader. So,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
obviously journalism in the family, or, yeah. How did that come about?
I think we all just love a chat. We all love a story. So dad was an English teacher for 40 years. My mum was a teacher. Tom and I followed, I guess, in my dad's footsteps because he also loves, telling a good story. I moved to Sydney. I worked in at the Daily Telegraph in Sydney, and I worked in Canberra for 10 years as well as a politics reporter. So I always wanted to be a political reporter or a sports reporter. Moving to Canberra, I obviously did politics, but I was super lucky. I also covered a few sporting matches as well that came to Canberra because no one else could be bothered from Sydney covering them. So I covered a few North Melbourne games at Monica. I covered the PM's 11. I'm a massive sports nut. I love all sport, especially cricket. Cricket's my happy place. I don't get stressed. Port Adelaide. Stresses me out. Footy stresses me out. So I love cricket. Is my real. I think when I retire eventually, sometime in my 60s, I'm going to be one of those, two and a dog at the. I know they're not called the Redbacks anymore, but everyone knows what I mean. The South Australian cricket team just going to be out in the outer with the other three people there, and there's just nothing more zen.
Hey, you might be interested in the cricket umpire.
Nah. The thing I love about the footy, Colin, is the fitness.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think I would wilt in heat. I don't like the heat, like
Yeah.
in the
No,
middle of the
no.
oval.
That's right. I wasn't trying to talk you into it. Thanks, Al. Always good chatting. Let's have a chat with Chris Braum. Chris, you able to unmute yourself? We'll give you a moment to unmute yourself. Oh, yep. There's some movement there. Are we getting
Working.
any vision of you? Can we see you?
I'm in the car, Cole.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, no, side profile. It's a good shot of you. Where are you driving back from?
Oh, I'm just heading home.
Your office?
Still working. I'm not retired. See?
Yeah. Now, for those that don't know, you're the owner of Debtors Cabs.
That's right.
How's business?
Busy, good.
Yeah.
Got its challenges. But, it moves on a bit. So, things change over the years. I've been doing it all my life.
Seems like there's always challenges in that industry. I mean, the petrol prices jumping up earlier this year wouldn't have been great for you.
Oh, that was pretty exciting. It's good they've come down a bit now.
Yeah. So, yeah, tell us more about yourself, other than the fact you own Desert Cabs. So tell us more about Chris Braum. How do you say your last name, by the way? I always have trouble with it.
Yeah, it's Broham.
Braum.
Is how I would say it. Took me about 50 years to work out that the middle spelling had the word rough in there, but probably didn't surprise one of the guys I played football with. I grew up in Whyalla. Played best part of 500 games up there and coached and played plenty of wooden spoons and a couple of premierships. Gave footy away when I came to Adelaide, so second wife, second life. And somehow or other, after about 5 years, took up firing in early 2000s. I've done about 20 years, 21 years with the Adelaide League on and off.
Nice.
And I suppose when I'm not at footy in the last 5 years, I'm riding my bike.
I know you love your fitness. Yeah.
I've
Um,
done a few big bike rides across Australia over the Andes, little rides that just taking you stride.
and you've got fitness in the family. Tell us a little bit about your famous
My famous stepdaughter,
yeah.
yes, who's running Izzy Batdaughter was running 2 Olympics now in Tokyo and in Paris. She just recently ran the fastest 1.5 marathon by Australian soil in the Gold Coast half marathon. And she's certainly got aspirations of running a marathon in the Olympics for Australia,
Yeah.
hopefully in 2028, again in 2032 if you ask her.
Amazing. And I know that you follow her. You go around and you travel a bit to watch her compete.
Oh, as all parents would do, I think.
Yeah.
On the other side, from my first marriage, and you're talking to me today, in a day when all parents probably get a bit, emotional. But my oldest son's 50 today, so gee, that makes me old.
Wow. How you celebrating it?
Oh, I'm going home for just a nice bottle of wine with my wife. He's away. He's in Wales tonight, so catch up with him later in the week.
So how many kids do you have?
I got 3 boys from my first marriage and the 2 girls with Rosie. And you can add half a dozen grandchildren to that.
Nice. So you live a busy life. How long do you reckon you're going to keep working for?
Tomorrow, if someone will buy me out. But in reality, look, I'd like to pull a pin before I get 75. So I got 2 years to go.
So how many staff do you have under you?
On the payroll, there's just shy of 200, and in the group, there's with subcontractors and taxi drivers and whatever, it's like 400.
So obviously pretty stressful at times. Lots of issues to deal with. Is footy a bit of your release?
Footy is. I when I played, I was probably like most players. I had a few words to say to the umpire, and it was pretty competitive, particularly in my early days. Oh, it's always competitive, but probably backed off on the umpires a bit towards the end, particularly when coaching, because then sense takes over, make a whistle. So footy's always been something for me. I got into umpiring in the early 2000s. I don't mind saying this. I worked out I needed something that would get me thinking about different things other than what was going on in my life. And umpires are really judge, jury, and execution are all in a split second. And I found that helped me at that time with whatever else was going on.
Yeah.
You got to see something, make a call, make the decision, and decide the penalty or consequences right there and then. And I still enjoy that. When you're off your game, it's because you're not actually sharp on your thinking, and you don't execute those 3 things.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
No, excellent. And I'm just interviewing Port supporters, it seems tonight. You're another crazy Port supporter. Picture of you and the president. Was it last year that was circulating around social media or wherever? But yeah, Port obviously something that you're pretty passionate about as well.
Yeah. I was at the game, and there was a spare seat next to me, and Koshy turned up and sat down next to me. He didn't. He was pretty calm for most of the game. Well, he did let loose a few comments. He wasn't speaking. But yeah, no, I've been a Port supporter. I joined. I was never a Port Adelaide supporter. I respected them for what they did as the Magpies. But when the power came into the AdFL, I remember being
Yeah.
financial supporter of Port Adelaide now. Well over 20 years as well.
Good on you, mate. I got a lot of time for you, Chris. So thanks for sharing your story. That was brilliant. And yeah, you better concentrate on driving. Get home safe.
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
Yeah, I would actually like to chat more with others, but we have run out of time. It's going to cut out soon. So yeah, maybe before the end of the year we might get another session in. It's always interesting to hear people's stories. Just give you an idea of a few in the group. Um, And yeah, as far as this week goes, hopefully training with lights on this Wednesday night would be good. Looks like the weather's going to be great for Saturday. So I know some of you did it tough last weekend, but hopefully this week will be a little bit more enjoyable for everyone. So yeah, thanks for sharing the stories for those that did come on. Look forward to seeing you out Wednesday night and next week on the Zoom.